Hello and good morning, Blue Jays fans, and welcome to Jays Latest. I'm your host, Craig Borden, here jumping into all things therapeutic couch and whatever the hell might be going on with the Toronto Blue Jays because holy shnikes, I feel like that scene in The Waterboy where Rob Schneider goes, "Oh no, we suck again." But things are not always as bad as they seem. It's only a matter of time before this team really starts kicking off, I think. So, but to that point, there's not a lot of great things going on at the moment, especially after you take a sweep from the Chicago White Sox, not taking a sweep to the Chicago White Sox like many people had already circled on these calendars for this beginning of the 2026 season. But here we are. So, right before the game yesterday, we had a flurry of moves, which included many fans' approval with this one, with Brandon Little finally being sent down to AAA because he got used so efficiently the day before. It's amazing how baseball rewards good play sometimes, but Lazaro Estrada is also heading down to Buffalo, but I guarantee you he is on a very short list of people that are the next person up. Great performance from him the other day. 4 innings of work, no earned runs. Looked really good and confident on the mound in his MLB debut. So, good things. Also being activated in the moves to get him there in that right direction, we have Joe Mattingly moving up with Austin Voth, who both made it into the game yesterday, and we'll get to that. So, on that note, also to make more room on the 40-man roster for maybe future other fun, because well, I guess that's where they made the room for the roster moves here to add Mattingly and Voth. But Cody Ponce and Anthony Santander are moved to the 60-day IL. So that opens up a 40-man roster spot when they're on that extended IL spot. So just keep that in mind because now the Blue Jays roster is actually legit full, where there were some recent openings because of the Leo Jimenez things and some of the other for, the spring training jump to the Major League Baseball season stuff. So those are now all full up. Here we are. Got a good roster, hopefully, to go. They just had to start hitting and they have to close games out. So on that, Blue Jays offense yesterday was 100% stuck in neutral. 6 hits against the Chicago White Sox. And wow, did Davis Martin do a good job against the Blue Jays hitters yesterday, holding the defending American League champions in check. The Chicago White Sox shut out the Toronto Blue Jays on a 3-0 win, and they also blanked the series for the Blue Jays, swept by the Chicago White Sox. So against the two worst teams in Major League Baseball this past year, the Blue Jays went 1-5 in the last 6 days, or 7 days, because there was an off day in there. But wow. Did you think we'd be starting off the season saying that? Blue Jays went 0 for 6 with runners in score position yesterday, so they had some opportunities because of some walks. No big hits. There was a couple opportunities they even had guys that score, ready to go with no outs, and they couldn't get them around. So there's a lot going on in this offense. Addison Barger left this game a little bit early as well. So far as day to day, it was discomfort at the moment for his ankle. I assume he gets the day off today against the lefty anyway, so that's probably going to work out okay. They haven't said anything heading into the Dodgers series yet as of Monday morning here. But at the end of the day, they just could not hit their way out of a brown paper bag. Ernie Clement still seems to be the one lone exception. Brandon Valenzuela made his MLB debut yesterday and picked up his first hit while striking out 2 times. So, but he caught a good game. I think there's some really good pieces to that whole thing there. I do want to say one good thing that happened during this game. The Blue Jays defense is 100% on par, and they seem to be doing pretty well on that outside of some yips from Tyler Heineman and some things like that. 2 amazing catches from Nathan Lucas in this game. Kazuma Akamoto also looks very natural at third base and made some great plays as well. There was some really good pieces to that on that front that the Blue Jays should be excited about. But we said this a few years ago. Defense doesn't win you championships, so they got to find something to do. There is that headline that we're going to talk about here too, because we're going to the Dodgers series next. Mookie Betts lands on the IL, so the Blue Jays have one less giant threat to worry about as they bring the Dodgers to Toronto to hopefully get things back on pace, because the Blue Jays will be playing the Los Angeles Dodgers this evening. It'll be Max Scherzer versus Justin Robleski. So Robleski is a younger pitcher, 25 years old. Hasn't gotten in a very many major league games. He's got a whole 8 collective starts. In his first start this season, didn't do too bad. 3 earned runs over 4 innings. Scattered around a bunch of hits, 2 strikeouts and a walk. He threw about 60 pitches, so they're going to ramp him up, as they're obviously hoping for Blake Snell and some of these other people to get back to health as well. The World Series champs are pretty dinged up as well. So who knows what this series is going to look like, as they get to see literally the last guy they saw last year. Max Scherzer is going to be on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays, who had an incredible start in his first major league outing this season. Gives up 1 home run, but through 6 innings, allows just 4 hits and the 1 earned run on the homer, but picks up a win for the Blue Jays. So Scherzer looked good. I'm very, very, very excited for seeing him pitch. And we'll see where that outing is, but the 41-year-old is looking like he's found something, or at least the thirst for the game is out driving the fact that he is, obviously aging. So that's where we're at, Blue Jays fans. You excited to see what we can do against the Dodgers in a rematch this evening? We'll go from there, but sounds good to me. Maybe that's just the spark they need. Bring that level of crazy competition back and see where it goes. So thank you very much for listening. Craig Borden here, Jays Latest. Talk to you soon. Cheers. Go Blue Jays.